Gonna be recording. So. It's gonna be recording. So.
My bad, I hit the wrong button, bro.
Oh man, you were on a hot streak for a minute with that button. All right.
Nola's got her jersey on, bro.
Lovely, lovely. Oh yeah. What a day, man. I would hate to be a bad team because we're a good team.
Easy wins, bro. What is that?
My easy money. All right, I'm gonna hit record. All right, here we go. All right, welcome to Rock Vegas, everybody. This is Glen Rockney with Matt Fallon here, celebrating a win, dominant win by the Raiders, 34-24 at Mile High, whatever the hell that stadium's called now.
Fans left early.
Mm-hmm.
They all left.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. You don't see that too often. In
Got their
Raiders.
ass beat.
They did. I mean, it's a fraudulent team. Everyone's been saying that about Denver. So, yeah, let's get to it. I had a 60% chance feeling they were going to come out and play real good football. I thought maybe the news was going to linger a little bit. Maybe this week they would lay another egg. Like maybe there was a chance for that, but I knew eventually. I mean, everybody's listening to the show knows me and you have said like Gruden is the problem with this team. You know.
I had it as either a blowout win, which it was. I mean, 34-24. That game was over. Heading into the fourth quarter, we were drinking tequila and having a good time. But it was a blowout win. First time in a long time for the Raiders that they blew someone out. There was no chance in the fourth quarter for the other team to come back. And I was joking with Raider Cody a little bit. I said, don't jinx us, man. Like, don't victory lap this shit because the Raiders know how to blow it, and
absolutely.
They definitely like ended that game. Like when they threw that bomb to Ruggs there in the fourth quarter and got the, I believe it was a Jacobs touchdown.
Yep.
Like that was like, they put the dagger in, bro. With Gruden, they wouldn't have done that. It would have been 3 runs, punt, and let's try to have the defense that has been on the field all day stop these guys. And honestly, man, like I thought it was going to be a blowout win by the Raiders or a blowout win by the Broncos.
Yeah.
I thought there was no in between. Like they were going to either come out just with no energy or have like a lot of, and on defense, dude, they were going for the ball. Like they really, Hobbs had a pick and they called it back. I have no idea how that call got reversed, but like they were going for the ball all day. I think we ended up having 3 turnovers. We could have had 4. Like it's a good effort by the defense and the offense. Like they were taking shots downfield. Edwards caught that one with one hand. And
lovely.
They had some plays today that like, I'm like, where was that? Kenyon Drake, like on the wheel route. Like that's 6 every time.
Yeah. Well,
and he drops a dime in there to him. And like, all of a sudden Gruden's gone and all of a sudden Kenyon Drake is a good player. Yeah.
Well, and so let's talk about that. So I was talking to Marcus Johnson earlier in the week and he was doing some like Olsen breakdowns and he was like, dude, Olsen doesn't like to run the ball terribly a lot. He likes to throw to the backs. And I'm like, perfect. That makes more sense. He probably was the guy that really wanted to use Drake this whole time. Right. And Drake was one-on-one with these linebackers and Drake is good. I mean, he's a good pass catcher and Olsen was spreading them out. He was spreading the Broncos out and it's what we had talked about. You spread them out early, you can run the ball later, and then Denver lost all their linebackers in the game. So it's like, then you can hammer them in the mouth when you have a 2-score lead. That's how you win. That's how you win.
I don't know what Jacobs ended up with running yards wise, but I think that was our best rushing game of the year.
Well.
Like as far as yards
and a screen to Jacobs. Can we talk about the screen to Josh Jacobs?
31 yards, I think it was.
Yeah, almost like that could happen a couple times. Like it's kind of like, I feel funny. It's all the stuff we talk about on here. Like they kind of did today. I mean, their pass rush didn't let up.
How many sacks did Crosby end up with? Because it felt like he had 7.
They took a half away from him. So he had
3.5.
I think he had 3 even. No, it was 3.5, and then they stat corrected him because I think they gave Square.
It felt like he got one where like Bridgewater ran to the right. I think they ended up calling it a tackle for loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was almost a sack. I thought it was. So I mean, he almost had 4.5 sacks, man. That was the most dominant I've seen a Raiders pass rusher since that MAC game versus Denver
at Mile High.
And there was a couple times where Crosby got held pretty bad today, and I'm gonna go back and look at the tape, and I'm gonna be pissed off. But whatever, we won. So
they won. Yeah,
There was one with Yannick when they called the pass interference on Littleton early.
Yeah.
And Yannick was held by 2 guys at the same time. I was like, dude, how was that not holding?
And also the defensive tackles, like, because I saw you post it and I posted it too. Like when I saw Hankins and Fallon were out, I was like, oh boy, they're gonna run the ball down our throats today. Like in my head, I was thinking that. So then all of a sudden, dude, Solomon Thomas and Damian Square and
Damian Square had a sack.
Yeah, Quentin Jefferson. Those guys played well today. Like those guys played well. They didn't get gassed.
What's up with Fallon? Was he hurt?
Yeah, I don't know the situation, but that, hey, it's nice.
He's probably been our best defensive tackle all year.
Been really good. Solomon Thomas is playing really well this year too. Every time I see him out there in the run game, he can get pushed around, but I think I've come to realize like Gus Bradley, he's gonna give up yards on the ground. He just
did Von Miller play today?
Who was it? Von yeah, I haven't heard that name in years.
But did he play today?
I couldn't tell you. Somebody wore 58.
Can we give a shout out to the offensive line today?
Yeah. I saw somebody wearing a 58 jersey, but that couldn't have been Von Miller.
I mean, the offensive line played their best game of the year today.
Absolutely.
They had a couple plays early. My wife and dog. Can you hear me?
Yep, hear you now.
Yeah. And here she is, Prego and all. Yeah. I thought that the offensive line played better than they played all year. Like, Carr had some time. There was a couple of mistakes he made early, and like last week I was very pissed off at Carr. But this week he played. I mean, that guy played good enough for me to where you're like, that's a playoff team.
Made the big throws.
He made one mistake early where he floated a ball, and I was like, dude, like throw the ball, but other than that, he looked pretty good in my opinion. And the Raiders win the turnover battle. They're going to win most games. And they
4-0. They blew them out in the turnover battle. That's what I love about it. Did they have 4?
What were they had.
So you had a pick from, what's his name? How do you even say that guy's last name that they signed from LA? Fax. That guy. So they got him. He got the pick. And then you have Merrick got his first one. He should have had 2. And then
Merrick's at the end of the half.
No, Merrick's was late in the game.
Oh,
yeah. That it was like just a deep ball, like gone wrong.
The fumble that was crucial.
Yeah, that was a fumble with Thomas, and then Abram had a pick at the end.
Okay. The Abram one was the one I'm missing.
Yeah,
they also took the one. They took the one off the board for Hobbs, which was a pick.
Yeah, and Merrick had the one where Allen Robinson stripped it out, or not Allen Robinson, Cortland Sutton stripped it out of his hand.
How was the one reversed? How was that reversed, man?
I can see what they're saying.
It should have been no catch. It should have been just nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. That
weird. It was a weird play.
I was just happy to see him and then he ripped the ball out on Sutton later, but his knee was down and Bisaccia challenged it. But let's talk about Bisaccia.
Can we talk about Nate Hobbs enough?
He's a beast, man. So what about Rich Bisaccia?
So, okay, like Holly said it too, my wife. It's just nice to see a guy that looks like he likes football. Like that guy looks like he's a football guy.
Looks like he lives at a stadium.
Dude, and he looks happy, and he looks like he's proud to be the Raiders coach. And like, I mean, I liked Gruden enough, but it's like it almost felt like it was Gruden and not the Raiders. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you're okay. I don't know if you remember. I mean, obviously you do, but when Sperano was there and like,
yeah.
We're out here, we're playing football, and this isn't like one guy. Mm-hmm. And I've never liked that one guy feeling, whether it's the quarterback or the coach. And like, that's how it felt with Gruden. It was Gruden's team and then everybody else. And with Bisaccia, it feels like maybe they're all like, you know what, this is football. We're going out, we're playing football. We're happy to be here today. And I don't know who was calling the plays today, and if it was 100% Olsen or if it was Carr or what. But
I think it was a lot of Olsen.
Getting the guys involved that are good, and getting your
Yeah.
guys, your playmakers that like Henry Ruggs should have 5 or 6 targets a game deep.
Yeah.
And he did. And sure enough, like you missed a couple. There was a pass interference on one, and then there was 2 deep plays that changed the whole entire game. You had 13 points basically on 2 plays. And like whether you get them or not, you're stretching that field, and that's what he's there for.
Yeah.
You know, the game's on the line. Instead of going for a 3rd and 2 gun run up the middle, you go for a 46-yard dagger, and you break they're all leaving early. Like, I mean, watching the fans leave early, that should pump you up.
Yeah. And I'll say this, what I like to see from Olsen or whoever's calling plays, I'm just going to say it's Olsen with Carr having some veto power at the line. But what about the fact that you didn't see the offense run through Hunter Renfrow? I hate when they do that, when it's like, let's run the offense through Renfrow. It's like, no, Renfrow's the guy. Like
he had 4 catches, I think, right?
Yeah, but he seemed to be a focal point under Gruden more so like this year. And I kind of like, he's not a guy that I want to run all these plays for. Like, no, I want him just there as a safety valve, but I want to run plays for Waller.
It did help that they ran the ball for like 4 or 5 yards a clip today.
Yeah.
Like they were running the ball a lot better. And the offensive line, and that's where it comes into me, is like with Gruden, it's run up the middle. And today, they just ran the ball where they had space. Like instead of like running it right behind Andre James, they had a couple crucial runs like behind Colt Miller. He's your best offensive lineman. Run the ball.
Yeah,
and they threw some screen passes. Like, can you believe that?
Yeah, no, and they worked. But then you see them throw first play of the game is Henry Ruggs just on a quick out, and they get 9 yards. And you see that. That's like when we talk about set up the run, you spread the defense out. They cannot clog the middle on you when you have 5 or 6 guys that have been getting targets all day. Like that's how the Raiders offense works. And Gruden was working against that. He was like, no, I'm going to run the ball. I don't care if you know it or not. We're better than you. And it's like, no, we're not. Like, you know what I mean? We have to play better than that team, not just be better than them on paper.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think one thing people don't realize is, so Gruden's personality was, this is the coach of the Raiders. Like, this is John Gruden. When you watch Monday Night Football, like I'm going to put it into terms that, like, like when I was in college, you know, I was doing advertising and stuff. And when Gruden's the coach of the Raiders, you watch ESPN football, 99% of what they're talking about is John Gruden.
Yep.
When the Raiders were on Monday Night Football, it's John Gruden. Yeah. Darren Waller's a crackhead. And then they go, you know, every once in a while they'll throw in Nazit being gay, you know.
Yeah.
But now it kind of feels like Raider football again, like the shield, you know. And like, I mean, that I don't like to be like, I don't like the logo thing and like it's Raider Nation for life or anything like that. But it didn't feel like Raider football, like pound them in the mouth and like you're done. That sounded really bad. Also, you know, like beat the shit out of somebody, and they finally did. Like, I mean, how many times when Gruden was there did we beat the shit out of anybody? Twice.
It was Denver last year. Was the only time. Like Denver last year was the only time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so they beat the shit out of Denver today. Denver didn't even belong on the same field as them, and it's been a while. So you get this guy in his first head coaching game, and he's beating the shit out of somebody. So they play the Eagles next week. They should beat the fucking Eagles.
Yeah.
5-2. Like you're looking at 5-2, and you've had this like really horrible 2-week stretch here, like that most teams wouldn't be able to get. But like I was, you know, people say, okay, like how many times does an interim coach come in and kept the job, right? Well, not too many interim coaches come in when your team's good.
Yeah, 3
They usually come in the team's 0-7, 1-6, and so you've got a chance right now. This is your job. Keep it.
If they make the playoffs under Bisaccia, he gets the job, dude. I'm telling you. Like,
but it's his job right now. Keep it. Go earn that job. So that's how I feel like the Raiders are in kind of a weird spot because the roster's not that bad.
No.
The worst part about the roster is that they wasted a couple really top picks on pretty bad players.
Yeah.
I mean, Farrell, every game Farrell flashes with a penalty. Like that's pretty much what you're getting from him right now. You're not getting much out of him.
Dude, did you notice when he was in, I think around like the early third quarter, and I thought Max was hurt for a little bit, like Crosby. I'm like, why is he on the sideline? But he was just getting a breather. But you see, Farrell, dude, he was moving like he had cement shoes on. I was like, dude, our pass rush is so fast with Crosby and Yannick. When you see Farrell out there now, and he's not competing with Frosty Rucker or like people like that, you're like, holy shit, man! Like this guy This guy's slow as fuck. I mean, I'm not trying to be negative on a day of a win. I just laughed. Like, he's still your backup end. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm saying
but he's a terrible football player. He's not going to be there next year.
Yeah.
About him.
Yeah, and I feel like people were going hard on Meek
terrible.
Robertson. People are going hard on Meek Robertson. I can't bring myself to hate Meek Robertson.
He didn't play good. He didn't play good.
He had a tough game. He had a tough game. He's not supposed to be starting outside corner.
Came in and just played balls out, dude.
He's tight. Casey Hayward is amazing. I love Casey Hayward.
There's one player that stands out to me right now, and like I'm like, I don't really understand. Okay, number one, like I'm happy they're not using Waller every single play.
I agree,
but he's kind of not being utilized as much as I thought he would this year.
Yeah.
But I thought Jacobs looked healthier today than he has.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he like his cuts were there. So
well, let's talk about that because Darren Waller, I agree, and I think if the more Ruggs balls out, it's going to be way better for Darren Waller later. Like I'm not saying he's not open. I know people are saying like he's open on some plays, but once Ruggs draws those too deep coverage like constantly, you're going to have Waller across the middle all day whenever you want. Like you're going to have that.
Who's your three players today? Your like three best players.
So I will say today,
you can only choose three.
Only choose three: Derek Carr, Henry Ruggs, Max Crosby.
That's a pretty like general one. In my opinion, Crosby.
Casey Hayward.
Okay, yeah, we'll go 4. Crosby, Ruggs, Carr, Colton Miller.
He's good. I mean, hey, yeah.
And the worst ones, I think, like that's what I always like to like say is like who played horrible today. Like I can only really think of a couple, and I can't really think of any today.
Just Roberts. I mean, he just didn't have a good game.
He didn't have a good game, but like, I mean, the Raiders. I mean, that was an all-around effort today. I'm proud of the Raiders today.
No, what teams will figure out about Meek Robertson is like the one thing that's problem. Yeah, he's gonna get shoved around by wide receivers. He's 5'8". Like he's not. It's not.
How many times have you in the last 4 years under Gruden? Okay, personal question because we both know like when the Raiders lose, dude, my wife's so happy to be home tonight. Like she's just like it's such a good mood, In the last 4 years, how many times could you say you're proud of the goddamn Raiders? Clip this one. This is your clip for the freaking Twitter, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. How many times could you say I'm proud of those goddamn Raiders, dude? Today I'm proud to be a Raider fan. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the Crosby jersey to work tomorrow. That motherfucker balled out. Also, CBS, every time Nazib makes a play, we don't have to mention the fact that he's gay.
Yeah.
Thank you. For the love of Christ. Like, we know he's gay. Like, you don't have
and
to
that's the first gay player to draw a holding penalty in the NFL
he
history.
Makes a tackle. Yeah. They're like, wow, that was a 6-yard loss. He's gay. And a gay tackle. That was great.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Every time, like Waller catches the ball, he used to do heroin.
Yeah. Nassib got pancaked and they knocked the LGBT and the Q out of him. Yeah.
That's great, dude. I'm like, calm down.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
My neighbors are Broncos fans, and I went outside. We walked by them. They're all, how's it going? I'm all, pretty fucking good. How are you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hell yeah. That's a way, dude. That's it feels good. Like you said, how many times have you been proud? Typically, my reaction is, why do I care so much about this team? Why should I ever invest time in this team? I say that verbatim. I'm like, why do I even give my time and energy to this team? And then when they win, I'm like, fuck, dude, there's nothing better. There just isn't anything better, which kind of says a lot. Maybe that's not good.
I mean, the Bears,
but whatever.
The Bears didn't look bad today, man. Like, I mean, that's the thing is like you look at.
They should have won that game. Fuck that shit. They should have won.
I know, but you evaluate them later. You evaluate the wins and losses later. So when I look at like the loss to the Chargers, okay, that's a good football team. The Raiders played.
Shout out to the Ravens. Shout out to the Ravens. Let's just say that.
Yeah, but I thought the Raiders played their worst game of the year against the Chargers.
Absolutely.
And they almost won. Still, they had a chance at the end when Ruggs caught that deep ball. They had a chance to tie it. The game last week against the Bears, the Raiders just didn't even show up. Was that because of the emails? Was that because, whatever? But the Bears didn't look that bad against Green Bay today. You beat a pretty decent Broncos team. I'm not ready to say the Broncos suck.
No, they're probably fraudulent, I guess, contenders.
I think they're 8-8, 8-9.
Yeah, no, it's right. Teddy Dude, you know what I love about today?
I think Drew Lock starts next week.
Way out of injury, because what I love, I miss those days. I don't remember this where we would just beat up we've beaten up the opposing quarterback a lot this year. Justin Fields was hurt last week. Like everybody, we
were cracking Bridgewater today.
Oh, he was getting lit up. That sack where Crosby came in on the stunt and just snow plowed. Like it was insane.
Hey, my dog's got her White Claw too.
Your dog's got a White Claw? Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a White Claw toy
from the Brewfest yesterday.
Oh, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Hell yeah. What? You got any last thoughts? I think this is a good reaction episode. You got any last thoughts on this?
Nothing except for the fact that what do you think the line will be next week against the Eagles? I mean, I think we're gonna be favored.
Raiders 3.5.
Yeah, I'm riding high, bro. I think we're gonna beat the shit out of them.
I hope so. The scrambling quarterbacks scare me with the Raiders. That's the only thing. But they should win, dude. You have to win. Like you're at home. Now I will say this. There were a lot of Bears fans making noise. Eagles fans travel well too in the stadium. That stadium's just a little bit of a red flag.
I mean, I've got a couple friends going, so I mean, I know that like
there's a little red flag though. And I was hearing noise on third down and Raiders calling timeout. I'm like, what the okay, like that there's some fan base.
I want to see an effort like we did today, where you come out in the first quarter, you score 10 points in the first quarter. I don't care if you're winning. I don't care if you're losing. Score in the first quarter. Scoring 10 points in the first quarter set the tone today. Like you're going to score on this team.
And they left points on the board.
The Broncos have a good defense. People forget that. We scored 34 points today.
Yeah.
The Broncos have a good defense. The Raiders this year have not played a bad defense yet.
No, they've played good defenses.
Like you look
this might be the worst one coming up.
Yeah, I mean, Ravens, decent defense, not the best, decent. Pittsburgh, good defense. They played the Dolphins, decent. Mm-hmm. They played they lost to the Bears and the Chargers, who have good defenses. Then they played a good defense today. That was a good defense. Yeah, and they beat the shit out of them. So next week, the Eagles have a good defense. Beat the shit out of them too.
I don't think, do they?
Yeah, their defensive line's good.
Yeah, I was saying their linebackers in secondary. I don't.
Fletcher Cox.
That's Eric a Waller game to me. That's a Waller game. They don't have a Waller stopper on that team.
Like so our schedule, we have a bye after this week, right?
Yeah.
So it's Eagles, and then we play the Giants and the Chiefs.
Yeah, you go 2-1. I mean, let's go 3-0. But I'm saying you
got to win these next two.
Yeah, if you go and like the Chiefs are very mortal. I'll say that much.
We should be able to beat the Eagles and the Giants.
The Giants are pesky, but I know they got their ass kicked today. They're pesky. Sometimes they're just like a thorn in your ass, like one of those teams. But
Saquon's apparently out 3 to 4 weeks.
Who is it?
Saquon.
Yeah, no, that helps big time. And and then
Tony looked like he might be out for the year today, but
yeah, that was dude. He was cooking in that game, and then like all of a sudden he just walks into the locker room.
Who was last week? He was like about ready to punch people.
Yeah, it's dude, Florida University. You just learn how to like go crazy at Florida.
Before we leave this one, okay, we'll have to record on like Tuesday or something. Preview this Eagles game because honestly, every year when we're 4-2, because we've been 4-2 2 years in a row. I feel like.
Yep.
I feel like I'm ready to just jump off a mountain. Like I'm so happy, but also I'm nervous. I want us to be good, But who is your most surprising player on offense and defense so far this year? Because for me, it's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
So on defense, I'm shocked and absolutely shocked how good Solomon Thomas is playing, man. That guy, he's balling out, right? Like I didn't think he was gonna be good at all. I thought it was a waste of money. But I'm like, he's
first day of free agency. First day of free agency, they
playing absolutely amazing. And when we signed him, I was like, what the fuck? And on offense, man, like, I mean, I know we talk about him all the time, and I think like, I'm shocked that Ruggs is playing as good as he is. I thought he was I thought last year was a bad year, but like I didn't think the Raiders were going to utilize him.
Right.
He looks like a top 20 receiver in this league right now.
Yeah. So I'll say
that one he went up and caught in coverage to clinch the game basically was a beautiful catch.
It was. And so I'll say this. I think my most surprising player on defense is I will probably go with To be honest, it's not that I thought Casey Hayward wasn't going to be good when they signed Casey Hayward. It's like, damn, dude, he's like, if you look at PFF or any like buddy who charts individual coverages, he's top of the league. Like, no joke. Like, literally top 3.
I can't believe he's like, you're like right now he's playing like he's the best corner in football.
Dude, he the way he plays the ball, he does not panic at all when the ball's thrown his way. He just goes, nope, sorry, you're not getting this. My bad. Nope, sorry. Yeah.
When's the last time you could say that the Raiders have a shutdown corner?
Because they're not, and he gets hurt every fucking game, and it scares the hell out of me. He gets hurt
going over there though.
Yeah, no.
So Mullen said on last week they said he's going to miss 2 more weeks. When you get Mullen and Hayward out there, I'm confident in that.
If you can get Mullen back for the Chiefs, I'm feeling good. So then you get so then on offense is tricky because like I will say. My most surprising player on offense, I guess I have to agree with you on Ruggs because everybody else is playing about the way I thought they would. But I'll go with Ruggs. Just the fact that
you didn't think he was gonna be that good.
No, and I just last year it must have been that knee injury. I just didn't see the speed translate, and I was kind of scared. Like where it was like the thing he was known for, that speed didn't show up. That speed didn't show up the way he was supposed to do it, like the way like he would get beat to the edge on certain plays on end arounds, and maybe it was just his tweaked knee, but I think you're seeing the speed now. He's contesting the ball down the field, he's making big plays, and he's really the X factor in the offense. So it's I hate to have the same guy as you, but truly everybody else is doing what I expect on offense, minus the last 2 duds that they had. So that's that should be good. We wrap it up on here.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate you.
No worries. Enjoy the rest of your night. Everybody, Raider Nation, stay safe. Hopefully you have a designated driver because I know everybody's getting fucked up. Why not? So anyways, that's at Fattest Malin on Twitter. I'm Glen Rockney at Glen Rockney on Twitter. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel you're watching this on right now. I do release this on audio as well. We're going to preview the Eagles later this week, and let's get to 5-2. Let's get to 5-2. I'm already thinking about that next week now. Let's not gloat on a blowout loss. Although for the rest of the night, I am. All right. Okay, Raider Nation. See you guys later. Right on, brother. Have a good night.
Hey, usually I'm the drunkest one on this thing. I feel like you're a little tipsy today.
No, I just have 1 beer. Actually, I just like, no, I'm not.
I felt it. I thought so, but
no, you're just less drunk than you are. No, you're just less drunk than typical winning podcast. Yeah,
dude. After the Pittsburgh game, I had no business being on here.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Like here's the problem. I've been hitting the weed pen since like 10 a.m. So it's that. It's like I'm like,
that's it.
That'll do it. I've had 1 beer. I literally started drinking at 4, like a dork.
All right, man.
Yeah.